Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? It's Saturday, so it's time for a liquor store run, man. It's the weekend. You get to kick back, let your hair down, relax. Do your thing, man. But just slide on in here. We got your orders prepared. And, you can get drunk with your boy on the Dallas Cowboy content together, man. So, as we all seen, the Dallas Cowboys made some roster moves. We're gonna talk about it. They did sign a kicker, not the kicker that I was expecting or the kicker that I wanted, but they did make a roster move. So we will discuss it and see what's going on, and we'll just have us a good time, man. I think I got about an hour to give y'all good people, so we'll chop it up for about an hour. I'll give you my opinion on this signing. We'll talk about upcoming roster moves, and then of course I will give you updates on the raffles as well, right? Because we are still doing a ticket raffle, so I'll let y'all know, the standings on that and all the other good stuff. But without further ado, though, man, I need y'all to do a couple things for me though on your way into the liquor store. First and foremost, man, I need y'all to hit that like button for your boy. Because if you hit that like button, it will notify more people that the liquor store is open for business, and they can run in here, man, and put their order in. Get drunk with us, have a good time and get intoxicated on this content, man. Then after you hit that like button, I need y'all to hit that share button for me as well. By sharing the content, you will notify more people that the liquor store is open and they can just come on up in here, man, and kick it with us. And then after you do those things, man, I need you to slap the shit up out of an Eagles fan. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got what you need to succeed, man. So, go ahead, find your Eagles fan. They're everywhere. You can find them eating shit, in the middle of the road, or, find them jumping out of dumpsters or whatever the hell they be doing in their free time. So just find your Eagles fan, slap the taste out their mouth, man. You will get you a discount. Right. But yeah, so make sure. Oh, yeah. And one last thing before we just jump into the content. We are still to this day, running this Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle. Right. Like I said, I'll give you an update on, how many entries there are and this, that, and the third, later on in the show. But just know we're still holding it. It's still going on as we speak. And we're gonna run it, all the way up to August the 1st. Grand prize will be a ticket with a seat attached to it. Second place winner is going to get a ticket, with a standing room area, general admission. And then the third place winner is going to get a PlayStation 4. And they don't want the PlayStation 4. They ain't no gamer. They can get a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their liking. So, make sure y'all hit the Cash App. Make sure y'all hit the super chats. Make sure y'all hit the super stickers. It's $10 a pop. You can send as many entries as you want. But, all entries will end on August the 1st. So, you got under a month, right? You got under a month to get your entries in. So, the more you send, the more likely that you get a chance, to win one of the prizes. All it does is increase your odds. So, if this interests you, or if you just want to support your boy, because we're going to the Sports Con next week. So if you want to just participate in the raffle, or if you want to support HTM Sports, hit the Cash App, hit the super chats, hit the super stickers. Jose Banks, what's good with you? Bruce got the toxic juice in the building with me. Salute to you, man. Miss Regina Green with the green and tapped in. Salute to you. Thank you for your love and support. My guy Darren Sutton tapped in. Salute to you. King G, what's up with you? Salute. Matt Leslie, what's up with you, man? Thank y'all for coming in and rocking with your boy, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share button for me, man. Let everybody know we in here. So this is no longer breaking news, right? But let's go ahead and get into the content. We done said our little usual spiel. Everybody, a lot of folks have found their way into the liquor store at this point. So, we can go ahead and start. And I'm actually start with the content, and then I'll give the updates at the end of the show. I think I'm gonna do it that way. I like getting to the content quicker, so I'm gonna get into the content. Then I'll give you raffle updates at the end of the show. Hey, I appreciate that. My boy said he shared on Twitter. My boy Choctaw Montana said, "What the word, famo?" Hey, we just living, man, trying to live righteous, my boy. But thank you for sliding in here and showing love, man. So let me go ahead and put this up here. Because the Dallas Cowboys did make a roster move. Now, granted, it was not the roster move that we were expecting, but they did make a roster move. So the Dallas Cowboys have signed former Birmingham Stallions kicker, right, Brandon Aubrey. He played for the Birmingham Stallions, who are a team in the USFL. And, to their credit, right, I know it's not the NFL. I know it's not even, the Canadian League or anything. But they did win back-to-back championships the last 2 seasons. They're the dominant team in the USFL. And, he was a part of that team. So the Dallas Cowboys did sign a kicker to come in, during the course of the training camp to compete, with Vizcaino for the starting kicker job. Now, let me just tell you this. I'm going to be straight up and down with y'all because I can only be honest, right? I'm not going to ever sugarcoat anything. I did not want to get a kicker that has no experience kicking in the NFL. That's just me. I wanted a proven veteran kicker. It could have been, Mason Crosby. I would have preferred, Robbie Gould. I would have preferred getting, Bullock. Those are guys who have kicked in the NFL for several years. Those are guys who have experience kicking in the playoffs. Those are guys, that I wanted, to bring in, and solidify, that kicking position. Now, I know that they're older kickers, right? They're older. Robbie Gould is like 40 years old. All those other guys are in their later mid 30s. But, kicker, is a position is where as long as you, are in practice, as long as you have confidence, as long as you're healthy, you can. As long as you're healthy, and as long as you have confidence, and you're going through the same routine, you can kick at a high level for a very long time. So just because Robbie Gould was a little long in the tooth, just because some of these other guys were a little long in the tooth, that didn't mean anything to me. They were still making postseason kicks, and that's really the only thing I care about, right? And granted, you need your kicker for regular season too. But when the game's on the line, when the possessions count the most in the postseason, there's a lot of pressure on every kick. I need somebody that's been there and done that. Now, I'm not saying that Brandon Aubrey is a bad player, right? Because if you just look at his USFL numbers, if I'm not mistaken, he led that league in points. He had the most points, had the most makes, right? He only had 1 miss the entire season. So, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but, in regards to what I want, what I preferred, from a kicker, right? And this is my personal opinion. He said, by that logic, we shouldn't have gotten Turpin. He wasn't proven in the NFL. But this is the thing. Turpin was brought in as a special teamer. He was brought in as a special teamer, a kick returner, so on and so forth, right? We were not asking, Turpin to be our primary wide receiver. We were not asking him to be our number 2. We weren't asking him to be our slot, right? We got pleasantly surprised by Kavontae Turpin. Because matter of fact, Kavontae Turpin made the roster based on what he did in preseason. So, that is, and that's the thing. He's going to come in, he's going to compete. He's probably going to win the job because Vizcaino ain't that good. Like, he's not that good. So I believe Brandon Aubrey is going to be your starting kicker. Like, he'll probably end up being your starting kicker because it's not going to take much to beat out Vizcaino. But, you had better options. You had more proven options. Especially with what went down in the postseason last year. Especially with what we saw happen, with an unproven kicker. Said, we're not asking shit. You might need a Pro Bowl kicker. You don't know how good this offense will be. You don't know the situations we'll be in. Because remember, Brett Maher was a decent kicker until he wasn't. Right? So Dallas Cowboys have had inconsistencies with the kicking position since they let Dan Bailey go. So, you can't ever just say like, we just need an okay kicker. Like, hell, this man could be kicking to send us to the Super Bowl. This man could be kicking to win us the Super Bowl. This man could be kicking to get us into the playoffs. And he ain't got a track record of doing it. I agree, Choctaw. You listen, and it's a kicker. This is not like it's not like they're gonna ask for $50 million contracts or $20 million. You can sign the best kicker out there, for next to nothing. So I still would have preferred Robbie Gould. And listen, that man ain't never missed. Yeah, that man ain't never missed in the postseason. Oh yeah, listen, and that's the thing. After what we just seen with Brett Maher, we need a proven commodity. And I was one of the biggest Brett Maher supporters. I told Wes, you got to update your resume. He had just kicked good for the Saints the year prior. So I told him, hey, I know he was bad for us, but he kicked pretty decent for the Saints the year before. Give him a chance. Well, he did good the entire season until we needed him. We need him in the postseason, and he completely folded. So, I need somebody that I can trust in those situations. He might go out there and play good in the regular season. Brett Maher went out there and played good in the regular season. Right? You don't know how well a kicker is going to kick in the postseason until they get to the postseason. He ain't never been there. But I have years and years and years of statistics on Robbie Gould. I got years and years and years of statistics on Bullock. I got years and years of statistics on Mason Crosby. I know how they hold up in the postseason. Right? I know for a fact how they hold up in the postseason. This guy is a wild card. So listen. And then the thing about it, we won't really know if he can do what we want him to do until the postseason. Forget the regular season, right? Because we believe that we're going to score points. We believe. He said Mason Crosby played bad last postseason. Let's see if he did. Because they didn't go to the playoffs last year, so I got to take a look. Postseason stats. So Mason Crosby for his career is 31 of 35 in the postseason on field goals, and he's 70 of 70 on extra points. So let's see what he did in his last postseason. So Mason Crosby, he wasn't really bad. He attempted 2 field goals and he missed 1. Right, that was his last postseason game. And we also remember he kicked in piss poor conditions too in Green Bay. But even with that, he completes 88.6% of his field goals in the postseason. He ain't never missed an extra point in the postseason. And this is a guy that's been kicking in the league since 2007. He's been kicking in the postseason since 2007. So, he still has a better track record than them. And then in Dallas, he'll be kicking in a dome. So, yeah. Yeah, nah, it don't even work like that. You go with law of averages. The law of averages says that you can trust Mason Crosby. He said he kept getting into arguments with his holder. Said can't overlook the third phase of the game. No, you can't overlook that. Maybe regular season, but he didn't miss 8. Maybe regular season. 2021, he missed 9. What did he do last year over the course of the regular season? Because remember, my guy I want anyway is Robbie Gould. Because I know for a fact he has not missed in the postseason. Brett Maher was the Cowboys' leading scorer while Dak was down, so I just hope they really did their leg work. And then, like I said, the boy right here is not like bad, right? It's not like he had a bad showing during the course of the season. But these are his numbers. Like I said, he been a kicker for the last 2 years. In the 2023 season, he was 14-15, and he made all 35 of his extra point attempts. So he was decent. I have no idea, the ranges for this though. So I seen him like on Twitter making 60-yard field goals, and then somebody commented that he never made one in game. Like the one, I think they said the one time he tried a field goal from like over 55 yards, he missed it. So I don't know. What I said is some knowledge of the game, which creates immaculate IQ. Cowboys. Okay, yeah. And listen, even if you are scared of Crosby, Robbie Gould is there. Bullock is there. There are still kickers, with better resumes that are more proven than this kid. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray to God that it does not come down to us having to rely on an unproven kicker to win a playoff game. I hope that we're able to do what we need to do on offense, put a gap in between us and the opposing team and just get the job done. But, most postseason games are close. Most postseason games are decided by under a touchdown. So, you're playing with fire when you don't, go out there. You're playing with fire when you don't go out there and take advantage of your opportunities. I said, yeah, at least he's a veteran. At least he's a veteran, and at least he's going to be kicking in good conditions in Dallas. It's a difference in between kicking in Green Bay in the snow and the cold and the wind, than it is doing anything else. But yeah, I bet he missed it too. He not to school, Australia. Feel me? Robbie is, Crosby is, and Bullock all Australia, taught by a half-foot goat school of kicking. But that is true. Like that dude had half a foot, was booing the shit out that thing. I just don't want him to come to Dallas and become a has-been. Hey, that usually don't happen in Dallas, though. Most people come to Dallas and they have resurgent careers. Granted, it didn't happen for Greg Zuerlein, right? But So that's my standpoint. I would have preferred to get a veteran kicker, but like I said, he's going to have an opportunity to come in and compete for the job. And again, like I said, there's no guarantee that he wins it. There is no guarantee that he wins the starting job. He could go out there and not beat out Vizcaino. And if that's the case, we're definitely screwed because they don't really think that much of Vizcaino as it is. So, it's really going to be Aubrey's job to lose. I believe at this point they would prefer him, but, if he can't beat out Vizcaino, then we have an entirely different problem. Henny, do we doubt Bones, Fossil, and his guys? Bones is a very good special teams coach, but he also makes mistakes too. Like nobody is infallible. Like everybody makes blunders and different things like that. So he's not perfect, but I guess you're saying, do I trust him? For the most part, I do. Well, we shall see. Because remember, we trust him with Greg Zuerlein, and I know that Greg could not get healthy for us. But like we expected great things from Greg Zuerlein, and he sort of fizzled. I just highly doubt the guy was as good as he was, and is all of a sudden not going to be able to kick. The guy scored 77 points last season in the USFL. We'll see. And this is the thing. Like, there is a different pressure on you kicking on national television on Monday Night Football, or primetime Sunday night, or on Thanksgiving in front of your entire family than it is playing in the USFL. Right? Because a majority of what goes into kicking, man, is mental, and is about repetition. So I just have to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that he will go out there and do it. I can't say that he won't. But I will say, for my personal comfort level, I would prefer somebody that's been kicking in the league for a decade than a new booty. And that's just me personally. But what do y'all think? Because Ken Folk seems to believe that he'll be fine. Tavaria. And how do you pronounce your name? I ain't finna butcher this. Tavaria Malden. So they're in favor of Aubrey. Choctaws is in agreement with me that we should have got a veteran. Bruce, what you think, man? Bruce, DeAndre Robinson. What do y'all think? Because I still would have preferred Robbie Gould. All right, Bruce said he think he good. We'll see. Like I said, and listen, he has nothing but space and opportunity, to prove that he. Miss Regina Green said vet. I agree with that. But like I said, like, when it comes to things like this, I would hope to be wrong. I hope he goes out there and kicks lights out. I hope they go out there and kicks lights out. But that's something that we have to just see happen. I think Mayher will get a second. Not after that debacle. Like, teams are gonna be real desperate if they go out there. Tavarie. Okay. Thank you. Because I hate jacking people's names up. What's good, Hennythemoor? I see we signed the Birmingham Stallions kicker. I mean, listen. The Dallas Cowboys, they have a penchant of signing USFL players, but they've been signing the best USFL players, right? Because like I said, I have my doubts about the kid, but Aubrey was the best kicker in the USFL last year, right? He was the best kicker in that league last year. They signed Cavante Turpin. He was that league's MVP the year prior. So, Dallas Cowboys aren't just taking flyers on anybody from the USFL. They're going for the cream of the crop, to wear the star. So, I'm going to start keeping up with the USFLs and see who their best players are, just to see. Because it's starting to become a pipeline, for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, shout out to my brother Matt Leslie for the $10 raffle entry. They got you another entry for the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle. So salute to you, my guy. And just to give you a quick update about where you stand, my brother, you are at, let me find you so I can update you. Hold that thought, Matt. Okay. Gotcha. You're at 4 entries. So salute to you, Matt. Salute to you. Thank you for the love and support. And if y'all want to be like my brother Matt Leslie and continue to improve your odds of winning the tickets or the jersey or the PlayStation 4, all you got to do is hit the Cash App or hit the Super Chat or Super Stickers, because your boy's monetized now, thanks to y'all. So you can send that way as well. And of course, like I said, at the end of the show, I will give y'all an in-depth raffle update and let you know where everybody stands and everybody odds of winning. But yeah, so I do, and don't get me wrong, I think I am going to do that though. I think next season I'm going to keep up with the USFL. I'm just going to see who the best players are from there, because the Dallas Cowboys are trying to sign the best players from that league. Because they signed their MVP the year prior, they signed their best kicker this year. So I think the Dallas Cowboys will, continue to bring in USFL players as long as it works. But they made a low risk, high reward signing by bringing in Cavante Turpin. Like, they got a Pro Bowler for very little money. They got a Pro Bowl returner for very little money. Action Pal said Gold is a good kicker under 50. He's a little average 50 plus. I would go with Crosby. Now, see, the reason that I keep bringing up Gold is because he's never missed a kick in the postseason. He ain't never missed no extra point. He ain't never missed no postseason field goal. So, just from that track record, I would bring him in, because that's only where I really need him, right? Because of how aggressive Mike McCarthy is, he'll go for it, on fourth and manageable, before he takes a super long field goal. Because Mike McCarthy plays it very aggressively. So I think, even during the course of the regular season, like, they wouldn't ask Robbie Gould to kick booming kicks and try 50 plus yarders, and unless if it was for the game or something. But I think they would mitigate him, to kicking, about 45 yards up. Yep, 21 of 21. Ain't never missed no postseason kick. And what I like about him, he done kicked in 2 Super Bowls, because he was the kicker for the Bears when they went to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, and he was the kicker for the 49ers when they went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. So, I do like Robbie Gould, just based on that, having that kind of experience is rare, to kick it in multiple Super Bowls and you didn't fold. You didn't fold under the pressure. You made your kicks, you made your extra points, you made your ancestors proud. So that's why I've been beating the table for Robbie Gould, really. What's up with you, Tavis? He said, we don't need a field goal kicker this year. Dak will be serving up 40 burgers. Hey, but Joe, Dak would have served up a 40 burger in the Bucks game, but the field goal kicker would miss the extra points. Right? So, I'm not going to sit here and say we don't need a field goal kicker after what we saw last postseason. Because this man, the last guy couldn't even make no extra points. So, that still scares the shit out of me. Like, that still bothers me. Like, I need to sleep good at night. And that's the kind of stuff that make me miss a guy like Dan Bailey. Because I know that he was not the same guy towards the end, but he was still one of the best kickers we ever had. You really don't know what you got till it's gone. Now, granted, he started missing some kicks down the end, but he got back closer to form once he left Dallas. He got back a little bit closer to form once he left Dallas, at least for a short period of time. So I don't know. I think I would have held on to Dan Bailey just a little bit longer. But I am also biased. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all people. All right, so we discussed, the Dallas Cowboys signing the kicker. So what did that mean? Well, that means because they did sign a kicker, they are up to 89 people on the roster. Meaning the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, he missed the first extra point in the 49ers game too. People be forgetting about that. And I be pointing that out, that changed the trajectory of the game too. Right? Because remember, it could have been when we were in the red zone, right? When Dak Prescott threw that interception, we would have still been up 7-6 at that point. You might have even called the game the same way, being up 7-6, as opposed to being tied, right? Being stretched to get points. They could have went conservative, ran the ball a couple times, and just tried to kick the field goal, right? Because you would have had confidence in him, having made that extra point. It would have been a a shorter kind of field goal from that area, right? So like things like that change the trajectory of the game. Things like that completely change the trajectory of the game. So it doesn't seem like it, but that one point, might have changed play calling, might have changed coaching decisions, might have changed a lot of things. NFL street rules. Y'all so damn crazy. But I said all that to say they signed the kicker. They had 89 people. They need 90. So the Dallas Cowboys still have one open roster spot to acquire a player. It could be a veteran. It could be a USFL guy. It could be an XFL guy. It could be anybody they want to sign off the streets to take up a roster spot. So we know that this is going to happen. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a requirement. Don't hold it to me, but I think that is a requirement that all teams have 90 people going into training camp. So bare minimum they have to sign at least one more person. The question is like who and what position. Because I've talked at length about my desire to get another quarterback in the building, just to improve my overall quarterback room. But the Dallas Cowboys could do anything. They could bring in a veteran like Deion Jones to help secure that linebacking core. They could bring in a veteran tight end, or they could bring in a swing tackle, or they could bring in a guard to add some depth. They could do a lot of things. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a requirement. I have to check the rules. They change it, so they change this shit so much every off season. But I think it's still a requirement that everybody has 90 people. Miss Regina Green says, "Z, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it at all. What I'm saying? Like, I still have question marks about the running back room. Granted, they could be answered over the course of training camp and over the course of preseason. But I wouldn't mind bringing Ezekiel Elliott back and giving him an opportunity to run in the zone scheme because he still has vision, and that's one of the primary requirements of running a zone system in regards to the run to that kind of run based offense." He said Zeke did look good in his latest workout video. I think Zeke will look fine. He just got to stay healthy. Like we all know that Ezekiel Elliott has had like PCL and all the kind of different issues going on the last 2 seasons. He had like a PCL strain the last 2 seasons. So I think Ezekiel Elliott will be fine as long as he get adequate touches and as long as he stays healthy. So I think he can still contribute. And we saw how they divvied up the carries last year. We saw Zeke only got 15, and we saw that Tony got 12. That still equated to 27 rushing attempts between your 2 running backs. Darren Sutton said, "Let Malik get with it." I mean, if he can win it, then let him do it. I'm not opposed to anything. I just need somebody to solidify this running back room for me, because for the most part, I trust Tony Pollard. So they will wait till camp to sign. They've been doing that the past 2 years. Yo, you know how Dak on everybody's mind daily more than Cowboys fans, or more than that. One dude that calls in on everybody's show, skip topic just to say Dak this, that. Really, Helga in the skies. What a Dak closet strike. Ah, man. So the question is, what position would y'all like for the Dallas Cowboys to sign? Because right now, I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I'm not beating the table for any certain position at this point. Like I said, I could see the validity in bringing in another linebacker. I could see the validity in bringing in another offensive lineman. I could even see the validity of bringing in, another quarterback to compete. Even bring in a running back to help you with the running back room. Damian Crow said bring in Zeke. Tavis Banks said bring in Zeke or Deion Jones. I like both of those options. What about y'all, man? Like, hey, and remember, this is July the 8th on a Saturday, on a Saturday afternoon. We do not have to, talk about anything ground changing or earth shattering. Like, man, we chopping it up. We chopping it up about some football takes and some different things, man. Like, I think Dak need to pull an Aaron Rodgers, tell them he wants Zeke. Say Keystone, Deion Jones, Zeke or Dalvin Cook. Darren Sutton said a veteran middle linebacker. Ooh, Bruce said I like that one. Said Cam Newton as a backup quarterback or Ezekiel Elliott. Running back or linebacker. So we haven't really talked about Cam Newton as a backup quarterback since last year. That was one thing that came out before. That as a not like it was a realistic possibility, but it was just like a talking point that people were talking about. What would y'all feel about bringing in Cam Newton as a backup quarterback? He said, honestly, I know it won't happen, but we got D-Hop. We are practically unbeatable. Michael Lockhart was good, man. He said, bring in Zeke. I've been saying bring back Zeke since the day they released him. He said, can't do Cam, too much noise behind that. Regina Green said no. Said no to Cam Newton. And listen, it will only be noise because of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, Cam Newton could go be the backup quarterback on any other team, and people would not try to talk it up. But you also got to remember, we had part of this fan base that said that Cooper Rush should replace Dak Prescott. So, it is what it is. Like the favorite player, everybody's favorite player in Dallas is the backup quarterback. And what's crazy, it was even like that when Troy Aikman played, which is crazy. But yeah, everybody's favorite player in Dallas is usually the backup quarterback. It doesn't matter who it is. I could be the backup quarterback, and y'all would say, man, put him in, man. I don't know what's something about him. He got that it factor. Like, man, for real though. But I'm not opposed to Cam, because you got to remember it's a 3-man quarterback room. So even if y'all said, well, man, we Cooper Rush, ain't nobody gonna sit here and say that Will Greer is better than Cam Newton. He said, hell no, the Cam has terrible accuracy. I mean, your backup quarterback completes under 60% of his passes for his career. Like, both your two backup quarterbacks, have an issue completing passes. At least with Cam Newton, you will have that fast as a runner with him, depending on his health. And really, the thing that would scare me away from Cam Newton more, than plays is his health, because he don't usually stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy in a while. Then he's been out the league for like a year and a half. So that will scare me away from Cam Newton more than the noise, because we gonna get noise with whoever we bring in, as a backup quarterback. There were people, saying that Andy Dalton was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott and should have took his job. There were people saying that Cooper Rush was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott and he should keep his job. Right? How about Jimmy G? Jimmy G is not an option because he failed his physical. If I'm not mistaken, Jimmy G failed his physical, but he was supposed to start for the Raiders, like Zaytoven mentioned. I don't know if that ever got resolved, because that was the last thing I heard about it. So let me see. Jimmy Garoppolo failed physical. In the absence of this waiver, would not pass the club's physical examination because of a pre-existing medical and middle cuneiform and a fracture of the base of the second metatarsal in the player's left foot. So that was back in May. I don't know if he still, is in limbo or what, but like that was the last thing that I seen about it. Matter of fact, I'm finna Google this to see what's going on with Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, there's a bunch of craziness going around with that. It said, think about how much the offense changes, going from Dak to Rush. Yeah. No, Cooper Rush showed us that he could run a watered down version of the offense. Now, granted, he did well enough to help us, win some games. Right? Shit hit the fan in that Eagles game, but he did play decent enough. We got some lucky breaks, and we were able to overcome some things. Right. So really he did put us in position to make the run that we made. So I think Cooper Rush, we be good in a West Coast offense. I would hope so. It's very quarterback friendly. Very quarterback friendly. Very timing based. Not a lot of complex reads or anything like that. So, and if y'all been watching, my shows with Tuck, we've been sitting here breaking down some concepts, they're not overly complicated. They're not crazy. Dragon is just double slants. Lion is just double slants. Dragon is just a flat and a slant route combination, right? You know which form, which coverages they work against. The reads, their two-man concepts. You can get in and out of that very quickly, right? You can get the ball out your hand very quickly. So, it's not really like it's going to be like rocket science. Ain't gonna be a bunch of option routes, anything else like that. He said, yeah, he can be upgraded. I agree with that. And even then, Zaytoven, I think, if Kellen Moore did not employ as many curls because he ran the fourth most curl routes in the NFL, and if he did not, run so many option routes, right? I think we had one of the highest option route usage rates in the league as well. I think some of the things that Kellen Moore did would have still been beneficial for us, right? Because we were still able to score, average 30 points with Dak Prescott, even with some of the clunky, play designs, even with some of the questionable schematics, even with him, not always having, the right combination of routes to beat the coverage on the field at times. We were still able to score 30 points. So, that's why that's why they said they're going to keep about 70% of the things he did, right? They're just going to get away from the options. They're going to get away, from some of the tricky plays. They're going to get away from some of those things, implement more West Coast concepts, lean on the run game a little bit more, be a little bit more efficient in the way they run the ball. So, I think, good things will happen for us this year, just based on these changes that they made. But I still think that you can salvage some of the stuff that he did. You just got to get away from the things that we know we failed at. You can't run that many, route sitting down, in the middle of the field and not run no double moves off of it. You got these guys just sitting on everything. You're not even threatening them deep. So you got to be a little bit more smarter with your play calling. It didn't really happen like that this year, or really during the whole tenure of Kellen Moore. But it's a new day and age. It's a new play caller, new offensive coordinator. We'll see if that pays dividends. But it said, I am the only person that thinks we should trade Dorrance Armstrongs and a fifth and sixth round for that left guard at the Colts. Well, this is the thing. The Colts just got a rookie quarterback in Anthony Richardson. I don't think they're going to trade away any of their offensive linemen because that would be malpractice. If you're trying to keep your young quarterback healthy and secure and help him out as best to your ability, you need to give him a good offensive line, and you already got a good running back, right? So they already got a good running back, and they probably are going to, try and keep fortifying that offensive line year by year. So I don't know they would depart, with their with one of their starting guards. I wouldn't mind getting them. Don't get it twisted. I would love to get them, but I don't think the Colts, would want to get rid of somebody like that that's going to be very vital to keeping their, quarterback healthy. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. Matter of fact, he said, after years of dominant offensive line play, the last season of the offensive line coach Chris Straw's tenure saw an uncharacteristically down year for the team's position group up front. With Strasser now coaching for rival Houston, the Colts are hoping that Tony, I almost thought this man's name was Tony Soprano, but Tony Sparano can get the line back on track. So they got Quentin Nelson, who I think who you're referring to, who is one of the best in the business. Like, he's one of the best left guards in the business. Then they got center Ryan Kelly, right guard Will Fries, and right tackle Braden Smith. But yeah, like, Quentin Nelson is going to take a lot to get. I don't think they're going to depart with that man. Yo, JC, what's up with you, my boy? Thank you for sliding in here, man. I didn't even see you come through the back door, man. I was out there reading that little article about the Colts offensive line just so I could see their situation. Yeah, they definitely need to keep those offensive guys. So Nelson was pretty bad last year. Let's take a look at Quentin. $27 years old still. All right, let's take a look at his PFF. Yeah. He did struggle a little bit. He had 5 penalties and he did allow 5 sacks. But he did have a pass blocking grade of 74, and he still graded out as a 68.4 overall. Then the beautiful thing about it, if you were to get somebody like Quentin Nelson, you will be playing him right beside Tyron Smith. Well, shit. I have a question for y'all. If you were to get Quentin Nelson, who was a left guard, and the Dallas Cowboys are trying to start Tyron Smith, where would Tyler play? Because Zach Martin is healthy. So where would Tyler Smith play if you were to bring in somebody like him? Appreciate it, Damian Crow. So yeah, where would Tyler play if we were to bring in Quentin Nelson? Because right now Tyler is, scheduled to be your starting left guard. Do you bench Tyron? So that would be the only way you could do it. You would have to bench Tyron Smith. Yeah, you would have to bench that. You would have to bench OG Tyron Smith to make that happen. And at this point, you done held on to him. You done gave him another contract. I just don't feel safe banking that Tyron is going to stay. Listen, y'all know me. I ain't never lied to y'all a day in my life. Y'all know I was campaigning to let Tyron Smith walk. Y'all know this. I had dragged down arguments with my brothers. And I rock with Wes, and I rock with Landlord. Like, we had heated debates, about the validity of letting Tyron Smith walk. because the man ain't really been playing a lot of games, right? But because he's here, because he is currently healthy, and because they gave him a new contract, and also right, the most important thing that they did not address the left tackle position at all with a suitable replacement. So even right now Tyron Smith is a guy that you just have to hope stays healthy because you have no other options. Now, granted, you could move Tyler Smith to left tackle, and then you would have to see if somebody can step up and play that left guard position at a high enough level. So I don't really know. Those are the bigger question marks to me. And yes, Tyler is the future left tackle, but the future is not now. Like the future is probably 2024, at the earliest next year, maybe 2025. They want to juice a little bit more time out of Tyron Smith, but the future is not upon us just yet. So I don't know. I also think that Tyler would be a better guard because he's just so nasty in that run game, man. And he's athletic enough to get to the second level. Like, man, like I really like his potential. So I don't know, man. I'm confused about the direction of the left tackle position for the future. And like the guys you brought in, like it's gonna be like another year or two before Austin Richards is ready. Austin Richards ain't gonna be ready to play no left tackle this year. He ain't prepared for that right now. Granted, he's improved year in and year out in college, but he ain't gonna be ready just yet. He ain't gonna be ready. And then I've been standing on the table for TJ Bass. TJ Bass is not gonna be a left tackle in the NFL. I can see him being a great left guard. I can see him being a real good left guard. But I don't think that TJ Bass is gonna be a left tackle in the NFL. So he's also gonna be an interior offensive lineman. So that's why I have some questions. Why I have some questions and concerns of my own. But the way that things are set up right now, going into the season, I'm comfortable with the offensive line, and then it's just going to be dependent on health and personnel choices from there to get us over the hump. He's on the future left tackle destroyer being on Tyler Smith. Shock Todd said he war ready, man. Yeah, I agree. Like TJ Bass is not, and listen, I love the kid. Like he was one of the guys. I said on my own channel, I think that TJ Bass will get on the field and contribute before Austin Richards, but he's going to get on the field and contribute as a guard. He's going to contribute as a guard because he has size and he has strength, but he's not a super uber athlete or anything like that to play on an island. I like Waletzko too. And listen, I believe you'll get a chance to see Waletzko to start the season. He'll probably be out there playing right tackle, but I think that I don't know for a fact if Terrence Steele is going to be ready to start the year. I will hope that he was, but I think that you'll get a chance to see Waletzko at right tackle to start the season. It's just a little sinking suspicion. So we done got through a lot of stuff. So now that we're at towards the back end of the show, we've been on here about an hour and some change. Now I will give y'all raffle updates. Right now I will give you the raffle updates, and I think this works a little bit better. We had some good football talk. Now we can talk about y'all prizes or chances of winning prizes and stuff. I think it works a little bit better to actually get into the content and then do like the raffle stuff at the end. I think I'm gonna start doing this from now on. I like the way it flowed a little bit better. So now that we're towards the back end of the show, before we do Q&A, I'm going to give y'all updates in regards to the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle. Raymond Silas, what's up with you, my brother? Thank you for sliding in and showing love to the liquor store. make sure you slap the shit out of Eagles fan, man. You know that they deserve it, and you know you deserve your discount. So make sure you be slapping the shit out them boys and continue to do so. No, I got it off Twitter for today. Sometimes you just gotta unplug. So I'm not gonna check my Twitter again until tomorrow. I got my videos, of course, posting there, but I'm not on Twitter actively, you know, doing it. He said do it daily. Okay, bet. But yeah, y'all please hit that like button, hit that share button for your brother, man. He said they've been getting slapped, one word slapped by me on Twitter. All right, so this is everybody's raffle entries up to this point. So Mickey, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna call him Mickey no more. Craven Cowboys. And if y'all have not went and subscribed to her page yet, y'all do so. We got to support our independent content creators. So when people jump off in the deep end of the pool, you make sure you support them, man. It takes a lot, just to take the initiative to start making content, man. So y'all go over to Craven Cowboys, and y'all make sure that y'all like and subscribe to the content. Help get established. We'll keep pushing, and as she grows, you might even see her on the show with me and Wes and Landlord, man. So y'all make sure you show support to the Landlord page, show support to Wes, show support, the ball, show support to all the independent guys, show support to Star too, man. Star Gauge will be dropping good content too. So make sure y'all show support to everybody out there, man. But Craven Cowboy has 9 entries. So salute to her. So she has 9 entries. Dwayne Brown, my brother, has 11 raffle entries. So he has 11 entries. So salute to him. Blake, it's too easy. My brother, you have 4 of them things. So you have 4 raffle entries. So salute to you. My guy, Brian Kite, you're still $5 away from getting a raffle entry. If you send 5, Brian, you will be able to get a raffle entry and an opportunity to win, one of these tickets, a PlayStation 4 or a jersey. All it's going to take is $5 because you sent 5 before. So, you just need 5 more. So salute to you. Damn, that lightning sound like it struck somewhere. King G, hey, that's love right there, man. Thank you for going over there and subscribing. Hoodlum. And yes, we are in the middle of a thunderstorm, but this ain't stopping nothing. Hoodlum, you have an entry for the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle, man. So salute to you. Miss Sharon Bell has an entry. So salute to you as well. Thank you for your support. DC for Life, Texas, my guy. Hope all is well wherever you at in your part of the world, my guy. You have 9 entries, so salute to you. My brother Neil, the serial slapper. Neil be slapping shit out of everybody and their mama. But Neil, you have 15 entries, my guy. So salute to you. He said it struck Lord Bumson and P-Side. You so crazy. Hey, that man was pressed about some shit he said out of his own mouth. How are you gonna be mad, about some stuff that you posted? Nobody put a gun to your head and made you say that man was the worst draft pick in Eagles history. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you said that. So I don't know why you were upset, when people pointed it out. And I mean, everybody gets bad takes, and that was a piss poor take. But you should just be a man and man up to it instead of deflecting, backpedaling, all the other goofy shit that you like to do. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Neil, but serial slapper. Like I said, my brother got 15 of those entries, man. So that actually puts him in 3rd place. So he has the 3rd. Neil, you came in right on time. We were just doing the raffle updates. So I actually was on your name. So, I must have talked you up. So, Neil, you have 15 entries, and you have the 3rd best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboys tickets. Well, the Dallas Cowboy ticket, the primary one with the seat attached to it. So salute to you, and thank you for your love and support, my brother. Definitely appreciate you. My guy, the Lunatic, has a raffle entry. So salute to you, man. Thank you for your support. My boy, Dunny Holmes. Dunny, wherever you at in the world, thank you for your support. You got 4 raffle entries, my guy. You got 4 of them. So salute to you. Taiwan, I have not seen him around lately, but hope all is well. Taiwan, you got 3 raffle entries, man. Salute to you. Crystal. Crystal be popping in and out. Wherever you at in the world, Crystal, you have a raffle entry. So thank you for your support and for tuning in and showing love. Mike DC4L has an entry. So salute to you and thank you for your support. Josie Guetes, right? You have 2 entries as well. So salute to you and thank you for your support. King G, I know you were just in the chat box because you told me that you subscribed to Craven Cowboys. King G, you currently have 3 entries. So salute to you, man. I appreciate your support and thank you for everything. Michael Autry. Now, y'all check on Mike. I ain't seen my boy. Michael Autry, you got 3 of them. You got 3 entries. So salute to you. My boy VA Roster X. He is currently the guy with the best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy tickets. He has 17 entries. Right? So he has 17 entries. So the raffle entries don't stop until August the 1st. So you got till the 1st of August to get your entries in, my brother. So you still got time, man. You got a little bit under a month to get your entries in. So don't trip. My boy says he slid on Drewski. Yeah, man, listen. But I will give Lord Brunson his flowers. He does numbers over there. Can't hate on what he does. So salute to him. Salute to him and his platform. He probably one of the bigger Eagles content creators. So salute to him for what he does. But I think just sometimes you got to stand on what you said. You said what you said, right? You said what you say. So you said it. Just stand by what you said. Shit. He said, who we haven't seen in a while? Dallas. You know what? We have not seen Dallas Law in a while. Hope he's all right. Life happens. He might be on vacation or something, but I don't know. I pray he good though, man. But yeah, VA Roster X, my guy had the best odds of winning. He had 17. And really the people with the 3 best odds so far. Roster X with 17. Second best odds is S.A. Richburg. He has 16 entries. And then, of course, Neil has 15 entries. So those are the 3 with the best odds. It said, Henny, you slapped up Brunson? Nah. J Tuck slapped up Brunson. J Tuck was on that man's head for 24 hours straight. And it was the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. Yeah, Tuck was on that man's head. I'm like, oh my God, let him make it. Big Benny Rich, you have an entry. So salute to you, my guy. Thank you for the love. Joe said he always prays for his Cowboys family. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Mike DC4L Go, salute to you, man. We were going through the updates. It's all good, Kelvin. We glad you're here with us, man. We were going through the raffle updates. DC for life. You Mike DC4L, you got an entry, so you have a chance of winning. So salute to you and thank you for your support. He said he can't talk football, that's not his strength. I don't watch his content, so I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I stick with the Cowboys. So I don't know if he knows X's and O's or any of that other stuff. I know we do. I know. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate your support. All right, Justin Kitchen, part of the Wrench Gang. My boy got 3 of them. He got 3 entries, so salute to you. Sugar Daddy 1 has an entry. My boy Damn Dizzle has an entry. Salute to you. My guy Big Dow, I appreciate the support. You got an entry. JJ the Mine has 2 of those entries. So salute to you. Miss Wanda has an entry. Salter has an entry. My brother S.A. Richburg has 16. Mucho Boomin got 2. Thomas A. Garrett, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. David Sorrells has 2. Dwayne Morris, wherever you're at in the world, my brother, you have 2.5 entries. So you're $5 away from having your 3rd entry. So salute to you. Thank you for your support. Triple D has an entry. Melvin Brownlee has 4. Jay Money has 2. Miss Marquetta has 2. Big Tex has 1. Miss Green, if you're still in the building, you have an entry as well. Choctaw, you also have an entry, my brother. So salute to you. And thank you for your support. Jose Banks, you got 2 of those things, man. So salute to you. My brother, the original people, has 3. MFZ, right, has 1. Miss Donna Mama has 3. My boy Reggie got 3. Kevin Richards has 3 of them. Right? Let's see. Matt Leslie, you got 4 of them things. So salute to you. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Matt got 4. Freight Train got 2. Common Sense has 2. So shout out to Common Sense Lab. Q Dog, you're $5 away from getting your 2nd entry. JR has an entry. Vernon Scott has an entry. Desmond Ironman has 2. And last but not least, Mr. Michael Lockhart has an entry. So there we go. We got through all of them. So that is the current standings in the Dallas Cowboys ticket raffle. Y'all got until August the 1st, the 1st of August, the 1st of the month, to get your entries in. And then we will draw a winner. We draw winners at random using the same app that we've been using for all the other raffles. So everybody gets a fair chance. Everybody gets a fair shake. Just the more entries you send, though, the better odds you have. So if you want to improve your odds of winning one of these 3 prizes, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, hit the Super Stickers. And now we can go into Q&A. Philly new DC couldn't even keep a job with the Bears, and their new OC is just their old quarterback coach. Ooh. Well, we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure, that and listen, I like their old quarterback coach. He was Dak Prescott's quarterback coach at Mississippi State, and he helped Dak Prescott develop into a NFL prospect. So the guy that they got, as OC, I like him. I actually wanted Dallas Cowboys to think about bringing him in. But as you mentioned, there are going to be questions about that defensive coordinator. Even the last defensive coordinator they had some deficiencies. He said, Henny, how do you feel about this offense now? I love it. I think our offense, improved. We brought in Brandon Cooks. We getting Michael Gallup back healthy. I'm expecting, Mike McCarthy to be a better situational play caller. We improved our run scheme, going from a gap scheme to a zone scheme. Giving your quarterback giving your running back some options instead of just running, into bodies. He can take it backside to the cut lane, it's definitely going to be a different offense. So I think we'll be better. I think we'll be a better offense. Do you don't know? Because D-Hop, and this is the thing, like D-Hop theoretically is a better wide receiver than Michael Gallup. But at the same time, if you're going to be running the ball as often as you're running, you're going to be setting up play action, and really The thing that this is the thing, like you're gonna stay. I ain't gonna necessarily say that like you're gonna get opportunities to throw the ball down the field, regardless of who's out there, right? Regardless if it's D Hop or Brandon Cooks or Michael Gallup, you're gonna get those opportunities. Just based on the fact, we're gonna force teams into some single high looks because we're gonna try and stay, heavy when we initiate our run, and then we can, attack them with Yankee concepts. So I think that regardless of the wide receivers we have, we'll be able to manufacture chunk plays, in against whatever secondary that we go up against. So D Hop's a good player, but I don't necessarily think that we need him. I don't necessarily think at this point in time we need him. Because let's be honest, like D Hop is probably a better player than Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks fits the system better. Because Brandon Cooks is a yak guy. He's a run after catch guy. And that's the kind of wide receiver that you need in a West Coast system. What you really want to do is try and force a defense to tackle your guys in space where they're on the move. Sometimes it's a very difficult thing to do, especially when the guy in question runs a 4-3. Hello, Joe. I'm going to get a trophy room for when that day comes. Get the statue slap. Hey, you'll get you an achievement slapping all these Eagle fans up, huh, my boy? He said he got the hand of Thor on the hip pocket. Y'all so damn crazy. But yo, man, Q&A. Go ahead and drop your stuff in, man. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah, we stay remotely healthy, we'll be a better offense. But listen, we got better just by getting rid of Noah Brown and bringing in Brandon Cooks. We're better offense just off of that. Do you think we will resign T.Y. Hilton? No. I don't think that T.Y. Hilton is going to resign with us at all. I don't think that they have any, I don't think that they have any want of bringing him in. It said his hand getting sore enough from all the slapping. It said smacking so many of them, I think I created the whoopsie by accident. Y'all is hell in these comments, man. Y'all is hell. Keep them questions coming, man. Keep them questions coming. Well, I got time to answer a couple more before we get out of here. Unless an injury happens, maybe they would. If an injury happened, they're deep at wide receiver right now. Because you brought in Tyron Johnson to your practice squad. You drafted, the boy from South Carolina. You brought in Jalen Moreno Cropper, who was a 1,000-yard receiver in college. You're high on Jalen Tolbert, right? So if one of your three primary wide receivers get hurt, if Michael Gallup was to go down, you plug in Jalen Tolbert as your 3, right? If somebody else get hurt, you plug in Simi Fehoko. Dallas Cowboys are super deep at wide receiver. Now they don't have, they don't have like all-stars at every position at wide receiver, right? They don't have, like 5 Pro Bowlers or nothing, but nobody does. But you got depth at wide receiver. You got wide receiver depth. And then listen, you can give Vontae Turpin more run at wide receiver if somebody was to get nicked. Said they are rookies and unknowledgeable. Even if you take out the rookies, you still got Semi, you still got Jalen Tolbert, you still got Turpin. So even if you took out the rookies, you're still 3 deep in the back end. No, Jalen. I'm not gonna say he's being overlooked. It's just you got such a deep wide receiving core. It's just gonna be hard for me to see him making it. Like whose spot is he gonna take? Whose spot is he gonna take? Like whose spot is he gonna take? Said 12, 13 personnel. Which offense do you like more for us? 12 personnel. 2 tight end look, but there's different ways that you can run 12. You get run support, and if any one of these tight ends develop into vertical threats, you got 2 guys working against linebackers, that's a mismatch. So I would prefer 12 personnel. It's a heavy look. It's a heavy look. You probably get to force some single high safety looks with it, and then of course once you're in single high and you're in a power formation look, then you can get to your Yankee concepts and try to get some shots by creating a 2-on-1 on the middle field safety. So I think I like 12 personnel. Now, granted, I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to mix it up. I think you'll see some 10. I think you'll see some 11. I think you'll see some 12. I think you'll see a bunch of different looks from the Dallas Cowboys throughout the course of the season. But I think 12 is going to be a very, a very utilized formation for us. Highly utilized, I should say. Because very utilized is remedial talk. I'm not remedial. Jameson Taylor, what's good, my brother? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Salute to you. I just uploaded a few sounds. They dope for real. Okay, that's what's up. If ever he becomes the Wolf Hunter again, our linebacking rule would be incredible. I hope he can. But yeah, I have no idea. I ain't heard about the man carrying the ball or nothing. He said his Braves beat the Rays last night 2-1. Congratulations, my brother. But yo, I'm getting on down, man. I done spent 1 hour and 20 with y'all. So I appreciate y'all for the love and the support, man. So y'all make sure to continue to hit that like button and hit that share button for me on the way out. Continue to hit that super chat, the cash out, super stickers. Keep them coming. So y'all can improve your odds of going to this game. I'm trying to send y'all to this game, man. So y'all get y'all entries in, man. Get y'all entries in so one of y'all can win these tickets or win this PlayStation 4 or jersey or whatever. So I thank y'all for taking time out your day to support the content, support your boy. I will be back tomorrow. So thank y'all for the love. If anything pops off, I'll jump back on here. But shoot to see me tomorrow. Thank y'all for the support, the love. Continue to slap the shit out them Eagles fans because they deserve it. And I'll get at y'all, man. Peace, love, blessings, all that other good stuff, man. I'm out.